Hello everyone. In this lecture we are going to discuss about class 9th topic, chapter number 1st, basic concepts in geometry, practice set 1.2. So within a practice set 1.2 we have a first question. The following table shows points on the number line and their coordinates. Decide whether the pair of segments given below the table are congruent or not. So we have here one table. In that we have given point A having its coordinate -3, B having coordinate 5, C having coordinate 2, D having coordinate -7, E having coordinate 9. So let us try to draw firstly a line. So we have a real number line. Somewhere we have a origin or might be the null point or the starting point as a 0. Right of it we have all the positive integers that are equally spaced. That means distance between successive unit places is constant. So that we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Towards left of 0 we have all the negative integers. Again the distance between successive unit place becomes a constant or same. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8 and so on. So now point A having the coordinate -3. So on -3 we have a point A. On 5 we have a point B. C having the coordinate 2. So on 2 we have a C point. On -7 we have a, and on 9 we have a point E. So that are the segments DE and AB congruent? So look at the length of DE first. Once the given segment are congruent, they are having the same length. So length of D to E, how many unit places we have in between D to E, or how to find the length of DE? So we have to subtract -7 from 9. So that 9 minus of -7 we have 9 plus 7 as a 16. So length of DE is 16 units. Now let us try to find that length of AB. Look at the coordinate of point A we have -3 and coordinate of point B we have a 5. So do that 5 minus of 3, so that we are having 5 plus 3 is 8. So length of AB is 8 units. So once here we can say that 16 is not equal to 8. So that should implies length of AB is not equal to length of DE ultimately. That means we can write segment DE is not congruent to segment AB. Keep in mind this is the symbol for non-congruency. Nextly we have given second sub question is of the form. We have to find that the segment BC is congruent to AD or not. So that look once length of, firstly we have to find length of BC. So B to C. So length of BC, how we can find coordinate of point B minus of coordinate of point C. 5 minus 2 we have a 3 units. Now let us try to evaluate length of AD. So length of AD, how to find? Look at the point A is located on -3, D is located on -7. Among them, which is the greatest number? -3. So we have to subtract ultimately -7 from -3. Minus minus becomes plus, so that -3 plus 7 we have a 4. So length of AD equals to we have a 4 units. So once both lengths are not same, not equal, so that given two segments are non-congruent. So we are writing at first 3 is not equal to 4, so that we are having here segment BC is not congruent to segment we have a AD. Now look at the next sub question, segment BE and segment AD. So first of all find the length of BE. So the third sub question we have length of BE equals to, look at the number line, B is at 5, E is at 9. So we have to do the subtraction of 9 minus 5, so that we are getting 4 units. Now let us try to evaluate that length of AD. So A is at -3, D is at -7. So already we have length of AD, that is 4 units. I am writing directly as a length of AD equals to 4 units. So once here 4 equals to 4, that means both segments are having the same length, so that we can say here length segment BE is congruent to the segment AD. Now look at the question number 2 from practice set 1.2. Point M is the midpoint of segment AB. If AB equals to 8, then find the length of AM. Now let us try to draw that the segment AB. So we are having segment AB whose length we have given as a 8 units. Now M is the midpoint of segment AB. So let's try to plot the midpoint M. So once we have a M is the midpoint, that means point M divides the segment AB into two equal parts. That means we can write here length of AM, that is equals to the length of MB. Once M is the midpoint, it should divides the given segment into two equal parts. So we have to find here length of AM. So look once carefully. We can write length of AM either is of the form half times overall length of AB, because M is the midpoint, so that it should converts the segment AB into two equal parts. So we can write half of AB. So half times AB length we have as an 8 units. So half times 8 means 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are we have a 8, so that we are getting here length of AM equals to the 4 units. Or you may have it like way also. Once we have here M is the midpoint of segment AB, so that we can write length of AB is twice to that of length of AM, and after all shifting that to it again a divisor to length of AB, so that we are having one of the same formula again, length of half times length of AB to be equals to length of AM. So half times 8 becomes again a 4 units. Now look at the question number 3 from practice set 1.2. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. If CP equals to 2.5, then find length of CD. Now let us try to draw a segment CD. We have P be the midpoint of segment CD, so that P point we have the central point of segment CD ultimately. That means once the P is the midpoint of segment CD, it should converts the given segment into two equal parts, so that we are having length of CP equals to the length of PD. Now we have given length of CP equals to 2.5 units, and we have to evaluate for length of CD. This is P, and we have to evaluate for length of CD, so that once a P is the midpoint of segment CD, it should converts the given segment into two equal parts. So we can write length of CD equals to twice to that of length of CP. So that now we are having length of CP is 2.5. So 2.5 into 2 we are getting 5.0. 5.0 means exactly equals to a 5 units. So length of CD equals to we have 5 units. Now look at the question number 4 from practice set 1.2. If AB equals to 5 cm, BP equals to 2 cm and AP equals to 3.4 cm, compare the segments. So to compare the segments, ultimately we have to compare their length. Now everyone well known 2 is less than that of 3.4 and which is less than that of 5. Look at the length. We have 2, 3.4 and 5. So that we can write here 2 is the length of which segment? BP. So we have now BP is less than that of 3.4 is the length of which segment? AP. And that should be less than that of 5 is the length of which segment? We have a AB. So that we can write here BP is strictly less than AP and which is strictly less than AB. So this is the comparison between line segment. Keep in mind, to compare the line segment, we have to compare ultimately their lengths. Now look at the question number 5 from practice set 1.2. Write the answer to the following questions with the reference of the given figure 1.3. So look at the figure. We have a line, on it we have a T, S, R, P and Q points. So that first sub question is of the form, write the name of the opposite ray of ray RP. First of all, try to find that ray RP. So somewhere here we have the R point and we have the RP ray, towards right direction from point R. So whose opposite ray becomes either a ray RS, or you may call it as an RT like way. So I am writing the answer. We have opposite ray of ray RP as either a ray RS, which should starts from the point strictly a R, and you may write ray RT. Now look at the second sub question. We have write the intersection set of ray PQ and ray PR. Now let us try to draw the ray PQ and RP. So we have a PQ ray which look like survey, and next to it we have a RP ray which look like survey. So here we have a P and Q, here we have a R, then we have a P, and then we have a Q. Now we have to write their intersection part. So which is your intersection part? That should be included in both rays. So we have from P towards right of P, each and every point on the ray PQ, that should be the intersection part of the ray PQ and ray RP. So that we are writing, that is ray PQ is the intersection set of both ray. Now we have the third sub question is of the form write the union set of segment PQ and segment QR. So let's try to draw that segment PQ and segment QR. So that we are having PQ is like way, here we have a P, here we have a Q, and try to draw now the QR. So here we have a Q, and somewhere before P we have R. So this is RQ. So we have to write now the union set. Union set means what? Those points which are included either in segment PQ or in segment RQ or in both. So the union part of the given segment becomes the segment RQ. Whatever be the greatest or biggest segment we are having, that should be your union part of both. Now the fourth sub question we are having, state the rays of which segment QR is a subset. So that firstly I will draw the line. We have T, S, R, P, and somewhere here we have a Q. Now look at the segment RQ or QR. So that we have to find the ray now, and that should be the contains all points from segment QR. So you may call that the ray as a RQ, ray as a SQ, or ray as a TQ. So I am writing the solution, because sets of all points of QR are the points of ray RQ, are the points of ray SQ, are the points of ray TQ. So I am writing the solution. Either you may have the ray RQ, or you may have the ray SQ, or you may have the ray as a TQ, or you might have the ray as an RP also, ray RP also, R and P, or. Look at next sub question we are having. It is of the form write the pair of opposite rays with a common end point as a R. So we required the end point as an R. So we may have the ray now Q to R, and next to it now opposite to that the ray QR, which ray we are having as an TR. That means that should have the end point as a R, or you may have it is of the form QR, and the other ray we have the S to R like that way. Okay, or you may have the other way also, like Q2 we might have the R, and next to it we have the S to R, or we might have P to R and T to R like that way. So different combinations we may make. So here I am writing first combination we have ray, that is QR, and ray, that is we are having TR. Both are having the end point as an R, and they are directed is in the opposite direction. One is towards right, other is towards left, like that way. Next to it, next combination we are having OR. Ray, we might have the QR and the ray we have the SR. Both are having R as the end point and they are directing is in the opposite direction. One is towards left, other is towards right. Or you may have the different combination is of the form ray. I am writing here ray. We have the PR and ray we are having either a TR or you may have the SR also. So last combination we have the ray PR and ray we are having SR. Keep in mind here both are having the R as a end point and directed is in the opposite direction. Now look once towards next sub question. We are having it is of the form write any two rays with a common end point as a S. So here direction doesn't matter. They may be is in the same direction or is in the opposite direction. So I am writing now the answer for the sixth sub question. So for it I am drawing the ray again. We have a T, S, R, P and Q point. Now S becomes the end point. So we may have the combination which looks like a way ray T to S and other ray we have let it be the ray R to S. Both are having the end point as a S only. Okay, and they might have the same direction or different direction, it doesn't matter. Or you may make the combination is of like way form ray we are having TS and ray we are having RS. Both are having the end point as a S. Keep in mind. Or you may make the combination like way also ray RS and we are having other ray PS. So here both are having the end point as a S. Or you may have it like way also ray PS and ray QS, or you may have ray RS and ray QS and so on. Now look at once towards seventh sub question. We are having write the intersection set of ray SP and ray ST. Now look once towards the ray SP. So starting from the S and it has a non-terminating point as a P, and second ray we are having as a ray ST. So look at the ray ST now. So S to T. So both are directed is in the opposite direction and having the same common starting point. So the intersection of them becomes a null set. You may have as a phi. Now look at the question number 6 from practice set 1.2. Answer the questions with the help of figure 1.14. We have a straight line. On it we have a R, U, Q, L, P, A, B, C, V and D points. And we have the numbers, that means coordinates of respective points. So the null point or the starting point becomes 0. Towards right of 0 we have all the positive integer like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. Towards left of 0 we have all the negative integers like 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5 and minus 6, so on. Now we have state the points which are equidistant from point B. So we have to write those points which are equidistant, means thus at the same distance from point B. So look at the figure. Once we go towards right of C by 2 unit places, we have a point C, and once we go through the left distance of the point B, we have the point A. So we can write here point A and point C, those are equidistant from point B. Nextly, we have the next combination of point. Once we go towards right direction of point B by 1, 2 and 3 unit places as well as the 4, 1, and towards left of the B 1, 2, 3 and 4, so that we can write here point D and point P, those are equidistant from point B at a 4 unit places they are having. That means 4 units apart from point B towards left and towards right direction. Now look at next sub question. We are having write a pair of points equidistant from point Q. Look at the point Q. We have Q is at minus of 4. So we are writing now the points which are equidistant from Q. So towards right of it by 1 unit place we have a L, and towards left of it by 1 unit place we have a point U. So that we are having point L and point U that are equidistant from point Q. Now the next pair of points that should be equidistant from point Q, we are having 2 unit towards right of Q is point P, and towards left of Q we have the point R. So that point we have the P and point we have the R that are equidistant from point Q. Now look at once, find distance of UV. Look once towards U and V point, U having the coordinate that is minus of 5 and V having the coordinate that is 5. So among them which is the greatest number? That is 5. So for finding the distance we have to subtract minus 5 from 5. That means coordinate of point U from point V. So I am writing now distance of U comma V. We are having 5 minus minus of 5. So 5 minus minus becomes plus 5 and 5 plus 5 becomes a 10. And look at once the unit places between U and V. They are exactly 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, now we have to evaluate distance between point P and C. So look at P. P we have the coordinate minus of 2 and Q at a coordinate, C at a coordinate of 4. So for finding the distance of P comma C, look at their coordinates. Among them which is the greatest number? So we have it as a 4. So we have to subtract ultimately minus of 2 from 4. So that we are getting 4 minus minus of 2. 4 plus 2 becomes a 6 units. Now look at the next one. We have to find the distance between point V and B. So V having the coordinate 5 and B having the coordinate 2. So among them 5 is the greatest number. So for finding the distance between point B comma V, we have to subtract which coordinate we have? 2 from 5. So that we are having 5 minus 2 becomes a 3 units. Now look at the next one. We have to find the distance between point U comma L. So U is at minus of 5 and L is at minus of 3. So minus of 3 is greater than that of minus of 5. So that we are having distance between point U comma L, that is equals to, now we are having minus of 3 minus minus of 5. So minus minus becomes plus. So minus 3 plus 5 we have a 2 units. So that now here we are having all questions from practice set 1.2. Thank you.